Hello everyone, once again it is I, the infallible sunburned albino, here to bring you a slightly different Super Mario Odyssey video. You may have seen my last one where I listed 4 extremely difficult moons. A lot of you seem to think it was a joke, which I have no clue as to why. Difficulty is subjective, people. Let's get off our elitist high horses, shall we? But with this video I was shocked at some of the criteria for acquiring moons in this game. I could barely stomach some of them without getting my sensibilities majorly offended, and when you see them you'll have no choice but to wholeheartedly agree. Spoilers for some things. Let's start with number 1, cruelty to bunnies. So throughout the kingdoms, you'll see multiple cute little bunnies wearing dashing, gentlemanly top hats, just minding their own business, hopping around. You would never think to, let's say, domestically abuse this creature, would you? Nintendo would. Over a dozen moons are locked behind this gross misconduct. You're meant to chase the bunny around and mercilessly beat it with your hat until its stamina runs out and it coughs up a moon. As someone who receives weekly newsletters from PETA and was a huge fan of Pokemon Black and Blue, I am shocked and appalled by this blatant depiction of cruelty to animals. This isn't ethical, this is unethical. This could also easily be classified as homophobia, because the bunny is wearing a top hat and that's super gay, so you could be participating in a hate crime just to get a power moon. So I am also offended on behalf of my homosexual brothers and sisters. I mean, they're not literally my brothers and sisters. I'd be devastated. That's against God's way. But just because a group of people are bound for hell doesn't mean you can show them being attacked this way. For shame. Number 2, rampant Goomba sexism. Another repeat offender, most kingdoms have a female Goomba just standing around by herself waiting for a man to come up and seduce her. What message does this send to our young daughters? I mean, they won't experience it firsthand because little girls should be practicing their cooking and cleaning, not playing video games. But someone could show them a video out of context and give them a terrible example of how girls are expected to act. These female Goombas fall head over heels for the first male they see, and possessing many different Goombas has the same effect. Apparently, just being in the presence of a man excites these easy whores so much that they climax and pop out a power moon. People need to respect women, not portray them as the dirty, worthless sluts they are. That's sexist, and I won't stand for them being encouraged to explore their sexuality instead of making me a sandwich. Respect. Number 3. Yoshi's obesity epidemic. Once you get to the Mushroom Kingdom, you have the ability to possess Yoshi, who seems to exist purely so morbidly obese people can cry salty mayonnaise tears watching him eat tons and tons of food without gaining a single pound. This is how eating disorders are born, ladies and gentlemen, and lady gentlemen. A meter fills as you stuff your face with apples, food these fat fatties never even heard of, so now you're insulting their intelligence. And when the meter gets full, you get a Mushroom Kingdom Star Moon, a reward for successfully inhaling this cardiac arrest of a meal. There's even 3 of them. You can get 3 moons for 3 helpings. Think of the bloater kids playing this game with their stubby fingers and seeing Yoshi's super dino metabolism, then looking down at their round inflated gut and making the decision to buy an extra strength rope to hang themselves. Is that what you want? These giant tubs of ice cream to end it all? I'm outraged at the lack of consideration for their fat feelings. Number 4, Mexican discrimination. So the Sand Kingdom has a Mexican theme going on, which I'm all about. Finally, some diversity in a game about Italians and turtles. But walking up to this pair of maracas reveals a startling example of reverse racism, which is racism but in reverse, like a car backing out of a driveway and running over a toddler that wasn't paying attention. This parasitic sombrero won't let you into the party unless you dress like one of them. Not only is this Jim Crow level discrimination, but it actively encourages something even worse than racism: cultural appropriation. Now, as a white single mom with a young white child that I must protect from the world at all costs, I perish the thought of my pale baby coming up to me one day on Halloween dressed in a poncho and yelling things like, "Ay, ay, 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 ay," or whatever the casino people say. I'm trying to respect culture like Logan Paul does, but this game makes that very difficult. Well, that's my list of 4 extremely offensive moons in Super Mario Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.